Sliding off. Okay, go.
Hello and welcome to Travel Beans. I'm Alex and this thing behind me is Emma. We are digital nomads travelling the world and we are currently in our own country of England.
And today we want to take you guys on one of our favourite combinations of English experience that we know, and that is nature walks in the beautiful British countryside and pub grub. We're going to combine them to make an epic video. One thing which Alex and I love to do when we're back in England, which English people do very well, are combining nature walks and pubs together to create this amazing afternoon spent walking and either working up an appetite for a nice pub lunch or working off the calories from your pub lunch. Either way, going on a nice countryside walk and having some fantastic pub grub is a great way to spend the afternoon. So we thought we would bring you guys along to join us.
We are at the Shepherd and Dog, which is a countryside pub in a little village called Fulking. You have to go through these tiny little lanes and all of a sudden it pops out, you're in a pub, there's nice nature around, but it's time to eat. Now, these videos are probably more aimed at people that are coming to England. Now, the Brits watching, let's celebrate our culture. It's weird, it's fantastic, no one's proud of it. But for people coming to England, a pub is just a public house, which traditionally I believe is where old weary travellers would have a place to rest their head, get some grub and go on their way. But now this is a place for us to drink, be merry and eat English or British food. There are not many English or British restaurants anywhere in England or around the world usually, but pubs is where you're going to get your fix. If you can eat someone's home cooked food, then even better, but if not, a pub is for you. Sometimes it can be pricey. Case in point, the fish and chips. It doesn't matter how much you try and polish a turd. Battered line, cork, channel cod, hand cut chips, mushy peas, tartar sauce and onion vinegar. It's fish and chips.
How much is it?
£14.50. You do not pay £14.50 on fish and chips. Also, non-British people watching, if you get fish and chips at a pub, it's not a traditional fish and chips, it's almost a different meal. You want to go to a fish and chip shop, we'll do that on a later video. So I try to avoid fish and chips from a pub. I've gone for something that I really wanted to show you, and this is a pie and mash. This is a classic. Guys, wait for this. You won't believe what's going to go in my mouth. So the food is here, and I want to tell you guys something. I have paid 16 and a half of my British pounds on a meal that is literally the size of my tiny mittens. Okay, nobody ever, if anyone that's come into England, promise me right now you will never pay more than £10 on a pie. Never! Don't you dare pay more than £10 on a pie. But this pie does sound interesting.
What is in the pie?
So this is the pie of the day, and they are harbouring inside it some lamb, some pumpkin and some thyme. Lamb and pumpkin, does that go together? Let's find out. The pie is delicious, okay? You get what you pay for. Scratch what I said. £20 for a pie. You can have a great pie. Oh, honestly, get a great lamb pie. This is fantastic.
So Sally Lunn's buns are too fancy for you, but this is just fine, is it? Is it?
I got no issue with this. This is fantastic.
You look like a messy toddler. A toddler with a mustache.
I don't know about you guys, on your last bite, I like a really big, oversized, monster-sized bite. This is 3 times the size of all other bites. I don't think my mouth can even take this.
That's what she said.
Nice. I almost did an aeroplane. I've never done that.
Please do an aeroplane.
I'm not doing an aeroplane.
Here comes the aeroplane. Was the bite too much?
You took the back of you touched the back of my throat. Fuck.
Sorry, everything wasn't in your mouth, so I just kept going.
You forgot the physical limitations. Despite the scraping of the back of my throat with the fork, that was a good bite. Now that we've finished, gonna let this go down. Usually this would be washed down with a cider, but I just don't want one.
And you've got to drive, mate.
And I gotta drive. So right near here there is walks in many different directions.
Walks galore.
So we're gonna pick one of them and
and go on it.
And go on it.
One byproduct of living in England in the rainy, beautiful British countryside is you do get a lot of mud on walks, and all decent people who live in the countryside will keep a pair of Wellington boots in their boot of their car. We are not those people.
I think that's quite polarising, because then you're saying that any of the people at home that live in the countryside in England that don't have wellies are not decent people.
You're dreadful people. Case in point, in front of us we have a typical English mud puddle. There is mud everywhere, squelching around. It's very slippery, very sludgy, very easy to get stuck. However, I've decided not to wear wellies today and brave the elements in just normal trainers.
It's quite easy for Emma because she spent her early years as a pig rolling around in shit.
Also, there's barbed wire here, so you can't hold on when you fall over. Oh no. As long as the drone is okay. Oh, it's so squelchy. Yes. Oh no, it only gets worse, Al. It only gets worse. Don't film this. This is a very tried and tested way of avoiding the mud.
To be honest, this is not the most fun thing to be doing when you've got a big old belly of pie.
There may be some viewers who've not actually seen one of these before. You use it to get over the fences, and they even have a little hole here for your doggos.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Another reason why you should go on a countryside walk in England is that I think you see the best of British people when you're out on a countryside walk. For example, many of my students who have been to England say that English people can be a bit cold, a bit hard to get into their friendship group and actually make close friends here. However, I'm not saying you're gonna come home from your countryside walk with a best mate, but it's very rare you'll pass someone and not have a nice little chit chat and say hello.
You're going to get 1,000 of hellos.
So many.
And depending on the morning or the evening, you're going to get a good evening or good morning.
Yeah, always. It's lovely. We're about halfway up the hill now. It is very steep and very, very slippery and muddy.
It actually doesn't look that much on the camera, but from here it is extremely steep. But we are dying to get the views, YouTube views, and the views of the Downs. So I'm dying to fly my drone. I haven't flown it in England yet, I believe. So I am so excited to get up there. Come on. Ignore how out of breath we are. There is no training necessary for this. We are just horribly unfit.
One thing that we try to do, and often fail miserably at, but we do try, is whenever we go to a viewpoint, is we try to avoid actually looking out at the view until we get to the top.
So,
kind of savouring every last moment.
So I'm even angling the camera right now so we can't see the view. I'll give you a little peek, but I'm not going to look at the camera, so I hope it's nice.
Oh,
I hope it's nice, guys.
I bet it's disgusting.
Oh, we're nearly there. We're having issues with the drone, and I'm a bit gutted because I had this shot that I wanted to do flying over Emma, overlooking the fields. But although it's not working, we can do the next best thing. Use your imagination for once in your lives, guys. Okay, ready?
Loser. I don't know if you guys can see behind us, but there are a bunch of signposts with different directions going left, right, up, down, sideways. That just shows you how many little walks and trails there are around here to do, to make as long or as short as you so wish.
However, we unfortunately have run out of time. We have a class to go and get to. There's people depending on us.
If you like the video, hit the big fat like button. If you want to, subscribe as well. Welcome to the subscribed family of the beans.
And if you want to know what other beans are up to, use the hashtag beansout. And beans that are watching, use the hashtag beansout.
Stop saying beans. Leave us a comment if there's any other fantastic countryside areas in the UK you'd like us to go to. Let us know below.
Let us know if you're from England or even not, what is your favourite thing to do here in England or the UK.
Lastly, don't forget to hit that notification bell.
So that's quite a few things for you to do. The last thing to do now is to open up your ears, because it is your favourite time in the video. It's over. It's now time to say beans out.